Okay, hello everybody. I am here for my Dollar Bead Box. I am here for my Dollar Bead Box Give Me 5 series. And let's see, what are we gonna start with? We're gonna start with the thing you haven't seen first. All right. So I have some earrings that I made right here. Oh, let's adjust the camera a little bit. There we go. There we go. These are made with the chain that they included. Some beads from the bead mix and the melon beads, beads, and the melon spacers. Let me see if I can find my paper. Of course, I can't find April. I've only found March. I will look for that in a second. But yeah, and then I just have the ear wires that are from my stash. Let's see if I can set this up. A little bit more. Yeah, and then, yeah, I just thought this is, I used the chain that I originally had on a bracelet that I had made, which I then turned into some earrings also. And we will look at those next. So these, which started off as a bracelet, they were connected here, started off as a bracelet, which I then turned into earrings because I didn't like the way these beads felt on my wrists. And yes, they are kind of upside down from each other, these beads right here. So then they've got a little interesting feel to them, or interesting look to them. They match here. These beads are from the bead mix, and then you've got the flowers that came, and then they're kind of mismatched because both of the gray beads are over here and both of the rose gold beads are on this one. That's how they were opposite each other on the bracelet, and I just left them that way. My kids said that they stay interesting that way, and I just left them that way. And they hang down. They're about, a couple of inches long, and I like them as earrings better than I did as a bracelet. And I think that's more interesting that way. Yep. And then now we're getting to my third favorite piece in this Give Me 5 series. So if you remember in a haul video that I did, I talked about buying these leaves because I really liked these leaves, and I had them from a different vendor in a different color, and I really like these leaves. And when we got this this bracelet type thing all hooked together, and it was the same color, and I just really like the way this glass sounds knocking up against each other. And then I wire wrapped a what do you call this thing, an eye pin on here. I wire wrapped the eye pin on here, and then put the earring loop on here. And I just really like these. And I would have done something in a different color, but I just really like the way this look. I like the way this sounds, the glass together, the way it sounds. And for my ear. And yeah, so, and I just like the fact that I found something else that was this color, and I let my daughters pick what went with this. I was going to put some tiger eye with this, but they said that I should put this on here as a dangle off the leaves. They said this kind of looked like a flower, and so that's what I did with them. And so I left it like that. And then I like the way when I just wear one and sometimes I shake my head, this kind of knocks against the leaf and it makes a sound. And I like the way that sounds. Almost like a little wind chime. The next thing that I have in this series is this bracelet, and these beads are a mix of the bead mix, some beads from March, and some of the beads from my shopping haul that I did from Dollar Bead Box. So we have the green beads, these green druck beads from March, from last month, some of the beads from from my bead haul, some of the flowers that came in this month's bead box, Dollar Bead Box, and then like you see the little black hearts that are from the bead mix that came in this month's bead haul. This bead is from the bead mix. These faceted beads are from the bead mix. Let's see, this is from the bead mix right here. This large green heart is from the bead mix, and here's some more of the flower beads that I'm using kind of like spacers. And then I just have also on here some generic, what are these? Some brass spacers that were already in my stash, since we are allowed to use things from our stash that are generic. And I thought the brass just kind of blended in well with the green. And I like these earthy tone greens, and yeah, also this tulip came in the bead mix. Yeah, I had another tulip, but it was not drilled all the way through. There were some other beads that would have made this bracelet a little larger, but a lot of them were not drilled all the way through. So that is another issue that I had with some of the beads from the bead mix. Yeah, and so then we get to, so I have actually a sixth item that I had made, because when I did my shopping haul, I was very excited about getting those little butterflies. So I had made some other earrings with butterflies, and I have one earring here, but my other butterfly ended up in two pieces, and so that I find that is an incomplete piece. And so yeah, so these earrings that I made with memory wire are not complete. I would have to take them apart again, and I did use these multicolor beads from this month's bead box with some of the flowers and the hematite beads that were from this month's bead box. But I was not going to include these in this series because missing part of what was part of the earring. And so I was going to put these off to the side until I could complete them, and maybe I'll add something on to those next month. But then my favorite piece, that if you watch my little sneak peek video, which was this bracelet, and I tried really hard not to make earrings out of everything. And most people usually make earrings out of these, or put these check glass flowers on a necklace. And I tried not to do what everybody else does, and I made these into a bracelet and put these flowers on a bracelet. And I just love these flowers on a bracelet, and they actually fit one of my daughters better than me, which is fine because they really love this bracelet. They love this color. And I used some of these turquoise square beads that we got in the March box. that looked really good together with these beads, all these smaller blue beads that also came from March. And they just, when I dropped them all in the box, in the storage container together, they just looked really good together. It's not even contrasting colors, complementary or contrasting. They just looked really good. And I also have the daisy spacers on here that came in this month's bead box, and some of the faceted beads that came in the bead mix for this month. And so it just all worked well together. And this is a smaller size memory wire. So it goes on a smaller wrist than mine. And I don't think I will hang a dangle or anything off the sides of it, because these are really the focus of the bracelet. And I hope maybe to get some more of these flowers so that I can make a pair of earrings, but I just didn't want to throw them on some earrings right off the bat. And so for this month, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then, so those are my 5 things for April. 2 bracelets, 3 pairs of earrings. Yeah, so I think that was pretty good. This is a little step up, a little more creative than last month of just throwing the bracelet together from the ring, and I will probably turn this into a bracelet. All right, see you next month.